Good evening, everybody. My name is Victor, and I am a data analyst. I data analyst. I have proficiencies in Power BI, SQL, SPSS Strata, little bit um, Tableau, a little bit here and there. And today we are going to be continuing our class, our Power BI Bootcamp. We shall be concluding our Power BI Bootcamp tomorrow, because we have taught all our we are meant to teach. Today we'll be starting with our project. So I want you to stay tuned. Right now, I am waiting for to just get a reply from Joyce, and we kick off immediately because we're not going to wait for anybody actually. So Joyce, if you can hear me, please respond so we can get started immediately. Mm. Okay, in the absence of Joyce not hearing me, we're going to kick off anyways. That's the beautiful part of this. Because of the fact that we have an hour, I want to stick to an hour period of time, but we'll go anyways. So,
Hi, good evening.
sorry, Joyce, can you hear me?
Yes, sorry, I stepped out for a second.
Okay.
How are you doing?
How are you doing? I'm fine. How are you doing?
I'm okay. So I'll work on that this thing.
Is
Omo,
that it?
I've been trying to finish my project with Quantum, so the thing is just conflicting at time, but definitely this week I'll try and work on it
No problem. No
so that I'll submit my own dashboard. Yes.
problem. Well, I hope you like when it's not something that looks like you're not going to be able to do.
No, 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 no. It's not.
Okay, sure. So, today we're going to be starting our capstone projects. That's like our
All right.
project, our last project basically. Then we're going to finish our class tomorrow by God's grace.
You
Inspiration
know
for
you're owing me. I asked a question earlier on now, and you say
yes,
you
I was
get
always
back to
able
me.
to do. What when I like, with my little this I actually wanted to get back to you mainly just that I've been speaking about it. What I discovered was that that kind of problem you have to it has to be a manual editing. That's why it's very important you know how you collect your data.
Yeah.
You know how you collect your data. Like if you are using a like a survey platform like Google Form, Survey Monkey, and
Mm,
Microsoft Form, whatever you are going to use, there's a format in which you can put your dates to be imputed, or
okay.
you manually like put a row for date and time. So I people don't get mixed. If you are collecting the data manually, make sure it's very clear. It will save you a lot of headache when you edit. I mean when you are imputing. And if that kind of that the data you're talking about a large database like that, it was not manually imputed, it was manually imputed, like it was a form that they sent. Because
Yeah.
if it was manually imputed, you can always correct it when you are putting it back into the system, when you are like putting it back to the Excel file. But that thing actually came as a I think for my best of my knowledge, they send out a form and people just fill out any date with any format. So things like Google Form, they have like formats for dates. So you don't have to go to have this kind of problem. So it's actually a data collection problem. I think that our first class we handled something like that where we talked about how to collect data properly. So I don't because if not, it's going to give you a lot of headache. You have to imagine like maybe I have 1,000. 1,000 is just like the list. I have to go
Yeah.
through 1,000 like people
So
to
manually
correct
input.
manually correct it. It's a lot to just it's a lot. So I don't think there's anything that you can just do in Power BI that magically corrects it. But I know for the text, you can easily create a delimiter. Using a
Yeah.
delimiter, you can separate, you can split columns. And I think that would work. And split columns. But for the distance, I don't think there's anything I know that could fix that. So are we
Okay.
clear?
Yes, we are.
Okay, no problem. So today quickly we shall be going to our capstone project, as I said earlier.
Yeah.
And capstone project in the sense that this is going to encompass all that we have been learning from data cleaning to creating visuals to using DAX functions. So this capstone project is going to encompass all these factors. And it's really, really important that we pay attention and we try our best to replicate this after now. So quickly, I want to import my data sets. I want to import my data sets. This is what we're going to be using our data sets.
We are still using the same. Abi, we have a new.
We have a new data set. I don't. It's Maven toys. So can you see my what I my okay,
I'm
it's
seeing your
just
Power
showing.
BI. Yes.
Okay, I'm coming. Let me. There's something that just came up. I want to go, go share screen. So, I so can you see? Okay, you are see this Marvin toy case study we're going to be using for our Power BI today for our capstone projects. So as you know, all know that well, first of all, we're going to be using Power Query to transform this data. You can see that it's a similar data we worked on when we were doing data modeling. It's still the same data we're going to be using for our capstone projects. But this one has like dates, so you see everything come in place. So quickly I'll tick all of them. So I'm trying to import all the tables. Trying to import all the tables. Then I'm going to click on transform data, and my Power Query is going to open. Power Query is going to open. Normally, okay, I just let me just give a brief before I start talking. These data sets, let me just come down here. When you're working with like on data sets, there are some things you have to know before you start like clean your data. Like, what are you going to do next? First of all, you have to find the purpose. Like, why am I clean? Why am I working on this data set? Is it am I trying to do it for fun? Am I trying to solve a business problem? Is my company facing shortage and I'm trying to find out why? So you have to define that purpose to know how to like approach your case study. Okay, who yes, also you have to know the end users of your report. In the sense of who is going to be using your report, who is going to be reading like what's the word? Who are the people that are going to be interpreting your result, or who are your stakeholders or your shareholders? Then you have to define the key business goals and objectives, and know the most important questions that are meant to be answered in that sense. Then the second thing is choosing the right metrics. It's very important that you know the kind of metrics. That is, by metrics I mean visuals, and um, what you are going to be using to measure progress. Like, are you trying to use total revenue to measure progress? Like, if it's like something that you're trying to of sales, that means you're trying to say, no, like, oh, last year we recorded this amount of sale, this year we're recording this amount of sale. That means we had like either a short or a downfall of so amount, and we have to know what metrics. Like in every business scenarios, there are different metrics they can use. For some industries, it's not sales they use to measure progress. They use amount of people that visit. Like, okay, for like your websites now, so you measure your projects by amount of clicks, amount of people that visit your website, or like YouTube channel, amount of subscribers, or amount of your views. So different metrics for different industries have different metrics. So you have to know how to present data effectively. This is where you come in. This is where picking your visuals, picking your charts, picking your clustered bar charts, your pie bar chart, your pie charts, your area charts are all very important. This is where they come into place. You have to know what you're going to pick to work on your data sets. Then the fourth one is that you have to know how to make sure that your space isn't too isn't too jam packed. You have to know that your for your dashboard now you should not put a lot of things in one place and make sure that everybody is looking very very blurry and you don't even know what's going on. You have to make sure your noise is minimal. You have to reduce excess colors, use of 3D charts, distracting background images, things that will make your work seem less professional than it should be. You have to make sure you eliminate them as much as possible. Then you have to use layout, focus information, focus attention. So you have to find out if you can some layouts are more they create more awareness than the other. So you have to know what layout is going to tell your story more, and you have to use correct shade of colors, the correct shade of sizes, and make sure that everything's in good proportion. Make it really nice in it. Make sure everything's cool. Then you have to tell the story very importantly. You have to tell a story. Basically, as a data analyst, you are a storyteller. You look at a story, you look at a case. In this our case is data. You look at a data set. Look at every metric is hard. You are trying to oh, what am I seeing? What happened here? Ah, that means from June, this people the sale went up. What might have happened during June? Or from September, there was nothing. What happened? What can we do to make sure that there are more sales in September? Or what can we do that to make sure that our companies, our website is getting more clicks or more reviews and stuff like that? So all these things are very important when telling a story. So we are going straight up to Power BI. We are going back to our Power Query, which I already which I opened earlier. After this class, we are going to be getting the data set that I'm using. I'm going to get in the data set that I'm using. This is to get to this point, you just have to import data from Excel, then load it into Power Query. Instead of going to this thing, you load data. So now that we've seen our data, you can see that there's the inventory table, there's the product table, there is the sales table, and there's the store table. These are the four tables. And as I said before, we use the data when we're talking about data modeling. So this data was gotten from a external source, which most of the time they provide very clean data. So we might not have so much of data cleaning to do. However, we have to make sure that we remove duplicates. Remove duplicates. So I want to select Control A. I want to Control A. Remove rows, remove duplicates. Okay. Then for products, I want to Control A. Remove rows, remove duplicates. Okay, I want to do this also. Share screen. Share screen. Okay. So for the third one, I also want to do the same thing. Control A. For the sales table, I want to do the same thing. And I want to remove duplicates. For the stores, same procedures. Control A, remove rows, remove duplicates. So now, as I said before, we don't have so much of data cleaning to do with this data set because where we get our source that we got our data set from has fairly clean data, so we don't have to use so much data cleaning here. So what I want to immediately do is I want to apply and close and apply. Okay. Share screen. Share screen. So it's loading. I can see that you're not really seeing what I'm doing. Let me check that off. Share screen. Okay, it's loading. The data set is loading. Power BI sometimes takes time to load the data set, but it's loading. Dun, 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 dun. Why, Habib, good evening. What's up? Habib, I don't know if you are here. Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
What's up? How is everything?
I'm good.
Okay, that's very nice. Hope you have been following the class. How is the class been thus far?
It's been
Have you been, have you been
yeah, I've been
following?
following. Yeah, I've been
Okay,
following.
so
We removed
were you able to
duplicates
create
just
the
now.
dashboard? Eh?
So you removed duplicates just now.
No, I'm not talking about just today. I'm talking about right up until now. We have done 4 classes. This is our fifth class. So have you been following? Have you been able
Yeah,
to?
actually, it's only today that I've only been free to attend these classes. But I'm sure
No,
you
I'm talking
pinned
about.
those videos. So I'll go back to watch them later.
Okay, sure, sure, sure. No problem. So I think Kunle, are you here? Are you with us or against us? Good
I'm
evening.
with you.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Yes. How has been class been so far for you? Have
Very
you been
well.
following?
Yes, yes. In fact,
Have you,
I'm about to send
are you,
a dashboard. What I've been doing so far.
oh,
I'm about to
okay,
send
that's
it.
very nice.
Yeah.
That's very nice. That's very nice. Kudos. So yeah, that means we have watched all the videos preceding this.
Yes, I think I stopped on video 4, so I should continue later on today.
Okay, no problem, no problem. That's kudos. Very, very nice.
Yeah. Thank
So
you.
yes. So we're going to continue our data sets we're waiting for us fully loaded. Inventory, products, sales, and stock. So today we're going to start creating the dashboard now. First of all, let's have a feel of our data. Let's have a feel of our data. We can see that this inventory has stock ID, product ID, stock in hand. Just look at it. Inhale your data, inhale it. You can also see the model it has created automatically. The data model it has created automatically. The relationships. We did that. I'm not going to go back to that because we did that earlier. Data models, one to many, many to many, one to one, and how all those things are cardinalities. So quickly, I want to start our go straight to our work because I want to keep my 1 hour. I want our 1 hour to be 1 hour. So first of all, I want to increase the page size, the canvas size. So I would come to this here and change this to custom. Then put this as 7.2 and put this as 3,800 3.8. Then I come to view and I put fit to width. Okay, fit to width. I want to now create a. So is there any
So can
problem?
you please come again? Can you come
Sorry,
again?
please. The other one is the width is how many? 3,800.
Yes,
The
3,000.
other one is
Let me
what?
start again.
Thank you.
7,200. Okay, let me start again. So the first thing I want to do is I want to increase the size of my dashboard. My canvas, which is my dashboard basically. So what I want to do is I want normally it's by default it's here. By default, this is what you
Custom.
see. So eh?
I
Sorry, is there
said
any
custom. You
question?
choose custom.
Yeah, okay, yes, I changed it to custom. Yes, that's very good. So I changed this to custom. Then I changed this to 7,200 and I moved this to 3,800. Then what I want to do next
3,000
time, I
what?
want to make 800. Can you not see what I'm working on here?
I'm not seeing it. It's so tiny. You know I'm using my phone.
Okay, 3,800. 3800.
Okay.
3800. Okay, are you replicating what I'm doing now?
No, I'm not replicating it. It's just that sometimes
Okay,
I find out that my canvas is very small. I just needed a wider
okay,
the
okay, sure, sure, sure. So this is how you can change it. Then the next thing I want it to like look come closer. So I just come
So,
and
so
pull it
I
to
want to ask a question.
yes, sir.
Is
Yes,
this a
sir.
mobile view? Is this a mobile size? Because it seems like a mobile size.
Now I'm going to increase, like I'm going to zoom it in now.
Okay.
Like if I why is my video pause? So can you hear me?
Yeah, we can now.
Okay, sorry. I think that was like a very bad, like a break in transmission. Sorry about that. So okay, like as I was saying, it's not a mobile size actually. If you want a mobile layout, this is where you come and get a mobile layout from this particular place. But that's not what we're working with today. So how I changed this to zoom in was that I came to this page view and I click on fit to width, this place here. So is that clear now? Sorry, Abib.
Yeah, it's clear, but can you recommend a standard one? Because this zooming, you'll have to keep scrolling down. Because which one? So in case you want to publish the dashboard to to a report or maybe to online like LinkedIn,
So
like the
as I
standard
would,
size
I
for the
would
dashboard.
standard size. Why I will not say it's something like a company called a standard size because dashboard differs. The dashboard I'll be creating today will be wider than the dashboard I created the other day. So there's no one size fits all for all kinds of dashboard. And but your if once you publish, that one page will be able to contain it. So I'm just saying that a page of even if you are exporting as PDF, a page as long as it's not exceeding like you're not using multiple pages, one page of an PDF document will be able to contain it.
yeah,
I feel that
it's
is that
true.
clear? So I don't know if there's any other issue. I feel we should continue. We're going to be continuing. Okay, I'm here. So I'm going to go to my home and I'm going to insert. I'm going to insert shape. I'm going to insert a rectangle, a rounded rectangle. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to expand it. I'm going to expand it because this is what I'm going to be using. Okay, not so close to the wall. I'm going to increase the size. Calm down. Okay, let me see something. So style shape. I'm going to reduce the rounded angle a little bit. It doesn't look too bogus. The next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to be changing the color to I think I'll like this. This is something looks different. Then next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to increase the transparency. No, I'm going to leave the transparency like that. I'm going to leave it like this. Okay. So once this is said and done, the next thing I want to do is I want to create a text box. I want to create a text box, and I'm going to come here on text box, and my text box, however, is going to come and create by itself. So I'm going to reduce the size. So sometimes if you notice that if you click on the like your shape, it's going to like if you click on your shape, it will just like make everything else disappear. What you want to do is that you want to click on the blank pages. That's what you want to do. And like let me just work on this one here for now. Okay. Okay, then I'll
So
see
are
this
you making
later.
the text box overlay the rounded shape you want? Hello, can you hear me?
So is there any somebody saying done something?
Yeah. Are you making the text box overlay the rounded shape?
So I'm not hearing you. I didn't get that. I didn't get
Are
that.
you making text box overlay the rounded shape?
Can I make it overlay it?
Do you catch that?
Yes, I can bring it to the front. It's you can do that. Is that what you ask? Is that your question?
I'm asking like you first of all created a rounded shape, right? So you're now making the
Yes,
text
you want
box to
to
overlay it. So I want to ask why.
yes. Why? Because I cannot write on it. I cannot write on the shape. I can however write on the text box. You understand now?
Okay. Are we
I
are we
cannot write
just
on the shape. I
writing
can
or
write
we are creating charts?
we are this is the dashboard we're going to be creating. So when you are creating a dashboard, you have to put some informations to just like the same way. If you watch our dashboard, creating a dashboard video, you see that we are going to have to like put some critical informations. Do you understand? Like we have to put the name of the company we're working with and some other informations that are needed. Do you understand why we need that? We need that now. So I'm going to put that it's Marvin. I'm going to put everything capital letter. Maven toys expansion. Then I want to reduce the size like 54 and put it on so quarter one 27 because this this our table is going to be showing us for 2 years. That is 2017 and 2018. So quarter one 2017 to quarter two to quarter three 2018. So now that this okay, let me increase this a little. Let me increase the size a little. Now that this is done, I want to make this text box. I want to make it transparent. So I'm going to come here, effects. I'm going to increase the transparency to 100%. So we have our text box here that is the bone of our contention. So the next thing we're going to be doing, we're going to be creating some measures. We're going to be using our DAX functions. No problem, Habib. Pray for us too. So we're going to be creating some measures. So I want to create some basic measures which are total revenue, total cost of sales. So I'm going to come here to my sales table. I can even create it from here. I'm going to come here to my sales table. Then I'm going to create a new measure. So I'm going to call our measure. I'm going to call our measure total revenue. Total revenue. total revenue. And as we know, revenue is actually the like what is revenue? Revenue is the cost of is the units sold times the cost of the unit sold. Revenue is the unit sold times the cost of the unit sold. So we know the unit sold is on this table. Let me just have to come back. Let's have a feel about data. So we know that our unit sold is here, but we know that the product costs, like if you come to the product table, you can also see that the product costs, the product cost and the product price are in another table. So we cannot just use sum x to multiply both of them. We have to use a relate function in order to relate the both of their tables. So in order to create this, I'm going to come back here. I'm going to do that's units no sum x. Then our table is our sales table. Then what we're going to use is sales units. That's the units. Units. Then we're going to multiply it. That's asterisk. So now we cannot just use sum x for another thing. We have to relate this table to the other table. That is the products table that has our product price. Remember, there's a difference between product cost and product price. Product cost is the cost that the goods was bought. While product price is the price the goods was sold. So we are going to be multiplying our units to get our total revenue. We're going to be multiplying our units by our product price. So we're going to do related. So we're going to relate the two tables, and we're going to use product price. Then we'll close our this and press enter. So now we have created a new measure which is called total revenue. And I want to create a cash visual. So let's create all our measures we're going to be needing before we now come back to creating our cash visuals, because it's going further back will take more time. The next thing we want to do is we want to know the total cost of items. We want to know the total cost of items. So the next thing we're going to do is create a new measure. A new measure and name it total cost of items. Total cost of items. And now for our total cost of items, we're going to be using our product cost instead of our product price. It's the same formula. We're going to be using our product cost instead of our product price. So we're doing sum x, sales, comma, units, asterisk, related product costs. And we'll close our brackets. Then we'll click enter. So we have created our total revenue and we have created our total cost of item. The next thing we want to do is that we want to know our profits. What's our profit? Our profits are our revenue, our total revenue minus our total cost of items. Our profits are our total revenue minus our total cost of items. So I want to create a new measure. And I remember when we were talking about why measures have are more recognized, are better than calculated columns, because with measures I don't have to create another column that will just make my work very, very bulky. But with calculated columns, the work becomes very bulky and it can be a lot. So now our profits are total revenue, minus total cost of items. Total revenue minus total cost of items. So I'll click on enter. And I've created my profit measure. The next time I'm going to do, I'm going to be my gross profit margin. Gross profit margin. So to know our gross profit margin, well, gross profit margin is calculated by total revenue. So profit divided by total revenue. Our gross profit margin is our profit divided by total revenue. This is our gross profit margin, which is our profits divided by our total revenue. I'll click on enter. Our profit divided by our total revenue. So the next thing we're going to be creating, the next measure we're going to be creating, we're going to be creating unit sold. Our unit sold. In order to get how many units of items were sold, we have to create another measure. As you can see, we are creating a lot of measures here because measures are what we use in our metrics we use in our calculation of and creating our dashboards. So I want to do total units sold. Units sold. So units sold is our sum of units. Sum, not sum x. Sum of units. Close brackets, enter. Close bracket, enter. Then we want to know average transaction value. Average transaction value. Average transaction value. So what we are going to use to get our average transaction value is our total revenue, like for each place, how much was for an average, like for an average customer that came into, how much was the average amount was spent for every customer that came into our store. How much was the average amount that was spent? So I want to create a new measure now, and I want to name it ATV. That's average transaction value. ATV. No problem. I can quickly. So average transaction value, which is our ATV. ATV. And as I said, that is like for each product, like each customer that comes in, how much is the average amount each customer that comes in spent? So what I'm going to do is our total revenue divided by count COUNT of our sales basically, or sales ID. I use that. That it represents all the all the sales we made, count of all of them. We'll click on enter. So now I think I have gotten all the metrics I need for my work. I got all the metrics I need for my work. So I'm going to quickly come here. I'm going to come back here. And I'm going to let me okay, share screen. So I'm going to come here. Let me zoom in. I'm going to be creating a card visual. I'm going to come here and I'm going to be creating a card visual. I'm going to be creating a card visual. So creating that card visual, I'm going to first create one card visual. I'm going to copy and paste it. Okay, I'm going to reduce this size because we don't need something that big. Reduce you a little. I'm going to reduce you. Okay, yes, something like this. Something like this works. So yes, let's see this. So the first thing I want to do is I want to first get this first, then I'm going to copy and paste it. So the first thing I want to input my total revenue. Total revenue. As you can see, it's very small. Let me zoom in a little bit. It's very small compared to our, because of the size of our canvas. This is appearing very small. So what I want to do is I want to increase the size. So first of all, I'm going to go to call out value and increase this like 80 or so, or MC 60 or let's say it's 70. No, it's not 65, 60. Okay, 60 is fine. I'm going to leave this at 60. Then I'm going to a category label. I'm going to increase the size to like also 60. 60. No, it's too much. I'll make this 40. Okay, this works. So as you can see now, it has increased. Let me zoom out a little bit and see how it looks. I'm still able to. It's still like still there compared to what it was before. So let me zoom in. I want to copy and paste these visuals. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on Control C and Control V, 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 V. Let me see how many. Okay, it didn't copy. Or I could easily just come here and click on copy and click on paste, 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 paste. Let me see if this is enough. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me be enough. Let's see. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. 1, 2, 1. I think I'll need more space. So I'm trying to save space as much as possible because I don't want to increase my canvas. I can increase it though. Let's see if it fits. No wala. So we have one more than we're supposed to. So what I want to do is I want to select everything, then apply my distribute horizontally. So I'm going to come to format, align, distribute horizontally. So what distribute horizontally is going to do is going to give me make sure that all of them are arranged on the same line. First of all, let them be on the same line. Okay, I want to select them again because what I did before has fault. Format, align, distribute horizontally. Okay, so now they are looking better. So now I want to impute my metrics. Here is going to be profits, profits, profits. The next I want to have I have is my okay, let me use total cost of item, profit, units sold. Let me use the second one as total cost of items. No, let me use it as profits. Then I want this to be total cost of items. Then I want this to be units sold. I want this to be average transaction value, then um average transaction value. Then the next one, I want the next one to be gross profit margin. So now this gross profit margin, it's meant to be in gross profit margin is meant to be a percentage. So I'm going to change this percentage. So as you can see now, it's now a percentage. Gross profit margin is now a percentage. Next thing I want to do is I want to like go to the next part where I'm getting a line. I go to my home. No, I come to insert. Shapes, line. This is all for aesthetics though. All for aesthetics. I reduce the size very much. I come and drop it and still reduce the size because we don't need the size of this. We just need the line. And the next thing I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be changing the color. I'm going to change the color from this blue. I'm going to change it to the color of our canvas, which is this ash or a darker shade, so it doesn't just darker shade border, a darker shade. No. Yes, yes, this works. So now I just wanted to create a separation between the first and second. Next, I want to create slicers. I want to create filters. So the first thing I'm going to create a first thing I want to do, I want to create a dashboard, like a shape, rectangle, just a normal rectangle. I'm going to reduce the size to a lot, like reduce it from okay. So I'm going to bring it back up. I want to bring it back up. No, I don't want to do it. I want the line to clearly show it. Okay. So now I want to change this to I want to change the color. So I'm going to come to style, color. Can I use this? Or it's too dark? No, let me use something lighter. Okay, I want this is fine. My border, I want to change this border to also this color. So it's uniform. So now what I want to do is I want to create a slicer. So first things first, I want to create a text box that shows select. I'm going to reduce this again. Reduce this. Uh, small, as small as possible. I want to carry and drag and drop. I want to increase the size to something like 72. I make it bold. We'll select edit city. Select. So this is trying to tell us that we have options to select from to reduce our. And this is I'm going to create some slices like about 3 slicers. If you can remember from our previous teaching, slicers are filters. Slicers are filters. So reduce this, reduce it a little bit more. Still too big. Okay, I think this is fine. So I'm going to put what I want to put as my slicer. So I want to use three metrics. I want to use store name, store city, and date. Store name, store city, and date. So I'm going to click on store name and put it here. Store name, put it here. Then I'm going to be making this a drop down. I have to zoom in. So I want to make this a drop down. So this is very, very small. So I want to increase the size. Size. I want to increase this like 60. So now you can see it clearly. It's more pronounced. And I'm going to reduce this a little and copy and paste it. Store name, store city, and date. So I'm going to copy, boom, copy, paste, paste. So I'm going to bring this here, bring another here, and maybe I distribute horizontally. Be that should I seen. So I put on format, align, distribute horizontally. Then I put this as store city. Store city. No, I just want store city. Then I put this as dates. So I just come here, put it as dates. So what this is going to be doing is going to be no, it's still very small. So I'm going to increase. Let me do something. So slicer values. I'm going to increase the size also to like 60. So you can, or let me change to 30. It can be something that can be seen. So you can always come here, select and scroll 30. That's so date. For the date, I don't want it to be a drop down. For the date, I want it can be remain normal, like as a normal format. So I want to. Okay, I'm not even seeing what I'm doing. So I can use the normal. Please zoom in. So I'm trying to zoom in so we can get to see between. Yes, so the thing is this. The thing is okay. So now I want to zoom out to see. Let us see how I've gotten so far. So is there any question? Sorry, is there any question? Yo, President, good evening.
I'm with you, sir.
Okay, President, good evening, boss.
Yes, sir. Sorry, I'm late.
Sorry, I can't really hear you. I don't know. Can you hear me?
Sorry, I joined late, so I wasn't in the house.
Okay, no problem. Okay, are you following?
Yeah, from the point I started.
Okay, I'll be able to follow from the point you started.
Yes, yes.
Okay, no. What I don't want the video will be made available after the class.
I didn't get that, sir.
The video, like no, no, the video will be
Yes,
made
yes,
available,
yes,
available
yes, yes,
after the
yes.
class. So I
No
definitely
problem.
can always come back to it.
No problem.
Yes, sir. We will not finish this class tomorrow, but let's go as far as we can today. So whatever is remaining, we'll just run it up. So the next thing I want to do is I want to create a product analysis table. So what I want to do is I want to come and I want to create a text box. Home text box. I'm going to reduce this by a lot. Product analysis. So I'm going to increase this size like 40 or so. So I'm going to let me type this. I think it's small. Let me increase it like 40, 54. Product analysis. So when I'm done with this, I want to make this transparent so that it's just merges into the background. So I do this. Okay. The next thing is I'm going to be using, I'm going to create using a clustered bar chart. Let me increase this a little. I'm going to be using a clustered bar chart to get our product costs, our product categories. I want to see the best selling product categories. That's basically what I'm going to do. The best selling product categories. So this comes up. I set my clustered bar charts. Don't mind the fact that it's just coming and it's coming very big. Just okay. So if you notice that here we are using a particular theme, all through I'll be using ash alongside dark ash. We're just been using a particular theme. Guys, basically we're trying to eliminate clutter. So on my y-axis, I want to have my total revenue. I want to have my total revenue. On the x-axis, yes, my total revenue. Okay, on the x-axis, I want to have my total revenue. While on the y-axis, I want to have my product category, and okay, I also want to have my profits. showing on the x-axis. Okay, so you can see by default, Power BI gives a color scheme, but you have to work that color scheme to your favor. So first thing I want to do here, I want to increase the size of the like this. I can't see my values. So I'm going to come here and quickly come on 40. Let me see how 40 works. Then I want to increase max area width. So I get to see everything. Okay, yes, so that works. Then I want to go to my x-axis. And in the values, I want to make this like almost, let's say 30. So it can be seen. Then I want to remove the title. I want to remove the title and everything. Title. Then I want to change the color scheme. The color I want. So I'm going to come here, come to bars. Make this like purple. Then make this profits. Let's make it this ash we have been using. But this is a harsher ash. Let's use lighter ash. Too light. Too dark. And let's use this. I think this is the same thing. We'll use this. So now we can see that, okay, let's increase our legend because our legend cannot be seen. So text, I think it's like 40 or 30. They want to change our want to put our data label on. Want to put our data label on. Then we want to increase the size to like same 40. Want to stick to a particular so everything can be seen. Then for our title, we're going to general title. I want to put revenue. Our title is going to be something in the line of product category by revenue category by revenue and profits. So I'm going to increase the size to 40, then put in the middle. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create another cluster bar chart. That's all for this one. My best-selling products, not just my best-selling category. Now I want to get my best-selling products. So I'm going to create a cluster bar chart on that one. Another clustered bar chart. Shrink it. Or what's happen? We just use the same cluster chart we used before. Copy, paste. So I'm just going to move it here and change my metrics. So I'm going to get revenue. Revenue, I'm still going to be using revenue. What I was using product category, I'm going to be using product name. Product name. As you can see, it's showing a lot of like products because there are a lot of products. We want to get our top 3 products or our top 5 products. We want to get our top 5 products. So what I want to do now is I'm going to come here, I'm going to create a filter. So what I'm going to create a filter, I'm going to come here. Then I'm going to use top N. I'm going to do top 5. Then what top 5 are we using? Product name. Product name. I'm going to do apply filter. No, this is not I'm expecting to see. So top five. We need top five. So let me use revenue here. Okay, so yes, this is what I'm trying to do. So the top five products by revenue. I'm going to be changing this color to this purple we used before. Bars. What's the shade of purple? Is shade of purple. We have a uniform. So what we are going to be naming that is our best selling products. Our best selling products. So we're going to go to title and change this to best selling products. Best selling products. Okay, I feel should I just stop here or I should just do one more thing, then stop there. Let's just do one more part, then we'll stop there. Then tomorrow we'll complete it. So I will not have a lot of things to do tomorrow. So I want to click on copy here, then click on paste, drag this down, I want to create something called store location analysis. Store location analysis. Store location analysis. So I want to, okay, now I'm going to be using a multi-row column, a multi-row card visual, a multi-row card visual. I'm going to select multi-row card visual. I'm going to select it. Then I drag again right onto where I want it. Then I bring this back up.
Can I
I
ask
want to
a
use like
question?
sure. Joyce, everyone has been quiet. Good evening. I've been here talking for a while.
Is it not that you're seeing me? I want to ask when is the right time? What will you be doing for you to use this multi-row card?
Okay, like for a card
What
visual,
do
like
you if you
when
want
you're
to
using
visualize something? What as in
can you
sorry,
like
in terms of
if
visualization now,
yeah,
sometimes when you want to like revenue now, you can use a bar chart, you understand? When you want to
yes,
compare it based on profits, you understand what's a
your
product,
revenue
so now
self.
if you want to bring a card visual, a multi card visual, what would be on your mind? Like, what do you intend to achieve with it?
Okay. So just like card visuals are like to show to point out certain metrics such as total profits, total revenue, some things like certain metrics. But there are cases where you should not use like the metrics are not so important that you have to create one card for each of them. There are metrics that can be grouped together, not like they're not important, they can be grouped together. I don't know if you get my point. That's why
All
what
right.
I'm going to create now, you will see that the metrics are going to be able to be grouped together. That's why I can comfortably use a multi-row card visual for it. You
All
understand?
right. Yeah.
Something that can be grouped together. So yes. So if I'm going to go back, let me just at least so we'll see. Don't stretch our time by too much. So I want to know like how many cities are number of stores we have, the city they are located in, and how many locations we have our stores. So I need to okay. So multi-row um this okay city. I have to create a measure that is going to show count of, okay, it's, so I'm going to come here. I'm going to have to increase this size. Call out value, make this 40. Let's say 60. Then category label, make this also 40. Count of. So title I can, no, I don't want to. So this is the number of cities that are we have stores in 29 cities. So what I want to do next, I want to show the number of um, location we have our stores and how many stores we have. The next thing I want to do is I want to do stores location as another matrix. Store location, let me just put all of them together. And store name. So I want to put all of them as count distinct. So as you can see now, you can see that they are in. Let me, but I want to edit this title. So let me just come here. Category labels. I need to change this category labels. All our values. So normally, if I wanted to change this category label, I have to create a measure for each of them, like create a measure for each and all of them. But I don't think I want to do that right now. So we shall not use count of store cities. So what does it mean that they are in 29 cities? Then we have stores in 29 cities, stores in 4 locations, and we have 50 stores in general. That's what this card visual is trying to tell us. So the next thing I want to do is I want to know my best selling cities. My best selling cities. Like the city that sells, like has the most sales. So what I'm going to be using for that, I'm still going to be using a card visual. Now I'm going to be using a table visual. I'm going to be using a table visual. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come table, reduce the size to what you are looking for. Reduce it something here. I want to see my best selling cities by my average transaction per city. I want to see my best selling city by my average transaction per unit. That's my ATV, my average transaction value. So I want to know which city has like better sales. So here I'm going to put city count. So city. Then I want to put ATV. ATV. So now I'm going to have to create a visual because if you can see now, it's just listing all the cities and how many this thing. So I want to see my top 3 cities that has like the best sales. So I'm going to put top N 3. Then I'm going to put by ATV. Apply filter. Then I'm going to increase the size. Values. Make it something like 40. 50, 40. 40 is fine. Then for my I want to make the grids. I want to like increase the distance. So as you can see now from here, it's showing us that okay, I want to increase the title of each of them. So you can see what I'm trying to say. So general header icon, no, not you. Column headers. I'll make like 40 also. So let me increase it a little so you can see. So from this, you can see our store cities, then the average transaction value for each of those cities. can see our store cities and the average transaction value for each cities. So take on the last, then the last for today. We're going to be doing like distribution in each location. Like how many stores are in each of the locations? We have downtown, we have commercial, we have residential, we have airports by number of locations. So we want to know how many stores are in each location. So we're going to be creating using a cluster column chart to do that. A cluster column chart. Okay. Okay. Yeah. 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 So for each city, I want to use our store city here. No, store location, not store city. Then store location. So we also want to use count of store location. So I want to put this here. I want to put count of store location. So let me increase the size so we can get to see x-axis. I want to increase it to 40. Okay, then I'm increasing the values. One more thing. Let me increase the color, the columns, like the columns. I want to change this to this color. So it merges. So as you can see, let me on my data label. Values. Changes to 40. We'll stop here. I think we'll stop here. Because it's better I pass. I'm not so much like at least I get to pass this knowledge and I also pass knowledge another time that I'm just rushing everything. But I feel I'm rushing right now. So I'm going to be stopping here for today. Tomorrow we are going to complete our capstone project and finish the class by the grace of God, the glory of God. So thank you all for joining in. Thank you for joining today's class. Let me stop the recording. Thank you
Thank
for
you,
joining.
our teacher, tutor, instructor.
Thank you all for